Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about doing your driving test in the rain. I'll be going over 5 tips to help you pass your driving test if you happen to be doing it in the rain. Now, I will say this, it's important to know how to drive in the rain properly. Not only because you might be doing your driving test in the rain, but also because knowing how to drive in the rain will help you be an overall better driver, which will give you a better chance at actually passing the test. Now, I apologize about the poor lighting of this video, but you know what? It's the content that counts. It's what I'm saying that counts in this video. So just listen along and watch along. All right, let's get right to it. Tip number 1 is slow down. Now, when the roads are dry and when the road conditions are ideal, you're supposed to be driving a certain way. When the road conditions are not ideal, you're supposed to drive more cautiously. One of the things that is involved with driving more cautiously is slowing down. So it's super duper important to slow down when you're driving in the rain. This is because it's easier for your tires to spin, you have less traction, it takes longer to stop, you're steering, it's easier to lose traction when you're taking a turn, and so forth. So tip number 1 is slow down. Tip number 2 is increase your following distance. Now, just like I said, when you're driving in the rain, you're going to be driving behind a car in front of you, and the distance between you and that car is your following distance. Now, it's important to increase your following distance because when it's raining, your braking distance increases. What you don't want to happen is you're following too closely to the car in front of you, they slam on their brakes, and you either rear end them or you come close to rear ending them. Both of those things will probably cause you to instantly fail the driving test, and then you're gonna have to retake it. So just add a little bit of following distance to the car that you're following. If you regularly have a 3-second following distance, if it's raining, make sure that you increase it to 4 seconds or even 5 seconds. Just increase your following distance. Now, tip number 3 goes without being said, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Turn your windshield wipers on. Now, using your windshield wipers is actually a bit more difficult than you think. Some people think that, well, you just, flip the lever and your wipers turn on and that's it, you forget about them. Well, it's not quite that simple. If it was that easy, I wouldn't have to include it in this tip video. So what you should do is you should turn on your windshield wipers, but make sure that you are activating them to the degree that is required to actually clear the windshield adequately. So usually with most windshield wipers, you're gonna have 3 basic options. You're gonna have option number 1, which is an intermittent option or even an automatic option, which will basically allow you or the car to decide the frequency in which the wipers will be going on and off. You have option number 2, which is a constant slow wipe, and then option number 3, which is a constant fast wipe. If it's barely raining, just like it is right now, I wouldn't have my windshield wipers going pa 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 on the fastest wipe because it's going to distract me more than it's going to clear the windshield. But if it's raining really hard, yes, you would use that option. So you got to figure out what windshield wiper option works for you and the rain conditions that you're in. Tip number 4 is turn on your headlights, and this is a maybe tip. That's simply because it depends on where you live. Now, I will say that when it's raining, in my opinion, it is very beneficial to have your headlights on because it will not only allow you to see better with regards to the road in front of you, but it'll also allow other drivers to see you much better. So I think that personally, you should turn your headlights on, but it depends on where you live. In some places, it's actually going to be required for you to turn your headlights on when your wipers are on, okay? In other places, they might be against it. My opinion is that if you live in a place where they're neither for or against it, like they don't care if you do or do not do it, turn them on, because in my opinion, it's a better option. Last but not least, tip number 5 is inflate your tires properly. Now, bad inflation equals bad traction, and that bad traction is going to be amplified in the rain. This means that if your tires are underinflated or overinflated, it's going to negatively affect the traction. And when it negatively affects the traction on dry roads, that means when you're driving on rained roads like wet pavement, it's going to be amplified. It's going to be way worse. So just make sure that your tires are properly inflated. That's tip number 5. And that's basically it. In this video, I've spoken to you about doing your driving test in the rain. I've gone over 5 tips to help you pass. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.